जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जयो गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरधारी जयो गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव जय बिहारी कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय हो कृष्ण रुक्मिणी जय हो सत्यभामा कृष्ण रुक्मिणी जय हो सत्यभामा जय हो कृष्ण बलराम जय हो कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय हो वृंदावन धाम जय हो गौरानिताय जय हो गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय हो गौरानिताय जय हो प्रभुपाद 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 जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अस्तोत्तर सदस्य डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की ISKCON फाउंडर आचार्य बीबीडी फाउंडर आचार्य सेव द होल वर्ल्ड जगत गुरु शिला प्रभुपाद की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की वृंद देवी तुलसी महारानी की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Srimad-Bhagavad-Gita, Chapter 5, entitled Karma Yoga, Action in Krishna Consciousness. Text number 4. I will read the verse by myself. Sankhya Yoga Prathak Bala Pravadanti na Pandityaha Ekapi Atista Samyag Ubayor Vindate Phalam. Word to word meaning. Sankhya, analytical study of material world. Yoga, work in devotional service. Prathak, different. Balaha, less intelligent. Pravadanti, do talk. Na, never. Panditaha, the learned. Ekam, in one. Api, even though. Astitaha, being situated. Samyak, complete. Ubhayo, of both. Vindate, enjoys. Phalam, result. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Only the ignorant speak of Karma Yoga and devotional service as being different from the analytical study of material world, Sankhya. Those who are actually learned say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieve the result of both. Translation with repetition. Only the ignorant speak of Karma Yoga and devotional service as being different from the analytical study of material world. Sankhya. Those who are actually learned say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieve the result of both. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The aim of analytical study of material world is to find the soul of existence. The soul of material world is a Vishnu or the super soul. Devotional service to the Lord entails service to the super soul. One process is to find the root of the tree and next to water the root. The real student of Sankhya philosophy finds the root of material world, Vishnu, and then in a perfect knowledge engages himself in the service of the Lord. Therefore, in essence, there is no difference between the two because the aim of both is Vishnu. Those who do not know the ultimate end say that the purpose of Sankhya and Karma Yoga are not the same. But one who is learned knows the unifying aim in these different processes. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Ulmitam Ena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyate Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today's verse that Lord is explaining about the Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga. So once again, I would like to repeat the translation. The only ignorant speak of Karma Yoga and devotional service as being the different from analytical study of material world, Sankhya. Those who are actually learned say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieve the result of both. So, the opening verse of this chapter, Arjuna is asking the question to Lord Krishna. So what was the question asked by Arjuna to Krishna? So we'll just read the translation of the first verse, opening verse of this chapter. Arjuna said, O Krishna, first of all, you asked me to renounce the work, and then again you recommend work with devotion. Now, will you kindly tell me definitely which of two is more beneficial? So question asked by Arjuna to Krishna, asking, first you told me, renounce the work. That is the first process. Then now Lord is telling to Arjuna, please engage in a work. So it's a contradictory. One side Lord is telling, please renounce the work. Another side telling, please engage in a work. So how to understand this? So that is explained by Lord Krishna in next verse. Next verse, the blessed Lord said, the renunciation of work and work in devotion are both good for liberation. But of the two, work in devotion, devotional service is better than renunciation. So, in Lord replies, first, the renunciation process or devotional service, both are good for ultimate. So, Lord is telling in this verse, both are betterment of soul. So, Lord is telling, either you renounce the work or you engage in devotional service. Both are good for the soul. Next, further verse, that verse number 3, Lord is explaining how to renounce. One who neither hates nor desires the fruit of his activities to known to be always renounced. Renunciation does not mean that you just completely away from that activities or any object. Okay. So, the result of any activity, we should not attach to the result of the activity. Okay, not like we renounce the activity itself. No, activity we'll do, but the result of that activity, that has to be renounced. That is called detachment. Next verse, that is today's verse, Lord is explaining the Sankhya and Karma Yoga. In Krishna consciousness, both are same. How it is same? So Lord is explaining this process of Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga means the analyzing this material world. Just analyzing what is true, truth, what is not untruth. When we come to the label, find out what is the reality and what is a illusion. So in our life also, we come across different situations in our life. There we have to decide whether that has to be done or that has not to be done. So Lord is explaining in this verse, this Sankhya Yoga, we are going to analyze this material world all around. So Lord says that there are 24 elements. This material world constitutes 24 elements. As we know that 5 gross objects we see all around. What are those 5 gross objects? Gross. Lord says the gross and subtle. So first we go gross. So what is the gross? Like earth, water, fire, air and sky. These are the 5. Any item made of this, any gross object made of these 5 elements. Though further after gross, subtle. What is subtle elements? What are the subtle elements? Mind, intelligence and ego. So that is subtle element. These are the subtle element. So Lord is telling the Sankhya Yoga, it contains the 24 elements. So these 5 plus 3, 8. Now we have the Gyan Indriya, the knowledge acquiring senses. What are those knowledge acquiring senses? Suppose we see this is the entrance. As soon as our eyes, that light falls, reflection goes back and comes back to retina, we'll find out this is the way to go out, right? So knowledge, these eyes are knowledge acquiring senses, one of the knowledge acquiring. Similarly, very nice bhajans are going on, we hear. So through the ears, we hear the sound and understand. Somebody has come, somebody knocking at the door. So we'll find out with the voice, oh, that person has come. So our ears is one of the knowledge acquiring senses. So there are 5 knowledge acquiring senses called Gyan Indriya. What are those? Eyes, nose, tongue, ears, and skin touch. Okay, so these are the 5 Gyan Indriya. So, these are the Karma Indriya. Then, these are the Gyan Indriya. Then Karma Indriya. What are the Karma Indriya? Karma Indriya, they perform activity in this world, like hands. With the hand, we touch something or we do any activity. So hand also one of the kriya. We are doing the kriya with that. So legs, with the legs we walk. So leg also one of the indriya. So this through that we are doing the action. So similarly, like rectum and anus, with that also we are interacting to this world. Okay. So this Gyan Indriya and Karma Indriya all together, that 10, total 10. And 5 subtle element, 5 gross element and 3 subtle elements. So 18. How many now? 18. Then 5 are the just like we see any object, there is a form. Form will be there. And that like table. So table, this is the form. But table is made of wood. So wood is a material element, but form also material. Okay. So this is a form we perceive. Any sound is coming, we are hearing. So sound also material element. Okay. So some taste, we taste that, oh, is a bitter, is a very sweet. Something like that. So these are the 5, this kind of sense of perception. It's called sense of perception. So if we add 18 plus 5, how many? 23. And the last is this 3 modes of material nature. So nature is acting upon us through three modes. Sometime will we feel good, sometime morose, sometime very passionate to do anything. So mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of ignorance, they are acting upon us. So all 24 elements together, they are acting upon us and making us in illusion. So this material world, whatever action we do under the control of the nature. And nature, it puts us in an illusion, the great illusion. What is a great illusion? This body is a great illusion. We think that this body will be permanent. Just like today morning, we are listening class, today's morning, it was explained in a Daksha Prashna, when Daksha asked question to Yudhishthira Maharaj, this instant in a Mahabharata. When Daksha asked Yudhishthira this question, what is the most wonderful activity in this world? Which is more amazing thing? So Yudhishthira Maharaj replied, he said, we are seeing everywhere people are dying due to various reason. But we think we are safe. We never think of, one day I will also die. That thought will never come. So that is the great illusion. And we are trying to enjoy in this world. We are touching the object and trying to enjoy. That enjoyment is also very, very temporary, flickering. Just like the enjoyment in a material world or material object, it leads to the suffering. Just like, and it puts on us in illusion. Just like camel. So camel, what it does in a desert, most of the time is it will be in desert. So when it's hungry, then it will be chewing the thorns in a desert area. So in desert, chewing the thorns, while chewing, that blood comes out from the tongue, because thorns will be very pricking, very much pricking, very sharp. So when these thorns are pricking to the tongue, then tongue loses the blood and it's absorbed in a chewing, and the blood get mixed with the thorns, and he's chewing and feeling very tasty. Oh, it's a very salty and whatever illusion. So that camel in it's in an illusion that I'm enjoying, but it does not know the reality. Actually, this is not the enjoyment, it's my own blood I'm eating or drinking or whatever. So that is in a great illusion. So we understand something which is permanent as a temporary, and temporary as a permanent. Like material happiness, whatever happiness we derive in this world, that doesn't last for long time. That happiness we derive in this world, very flickering, very temporary in nature. Other thing like spiritual happiness. If you practice this our bhakti yoga process, so through the bhakti yoga process, it is explained by Acharya as well as in a Shastra, we will realize to come to the platform like we are not the body, we are the soul. Okay? So body is a temporary, soul is a permanent. So we have to do the activity which are permanent. So activity of the soul is a part and parcel of Krishna. So soul has to engage in a service of Krishna. Then we can derive unlimited happiness. Otherwise, no chance. So material object we have to get detached and get attached to the spiritual object. What is spiritual object or anything? Like Lord Krishna's deity, bhajans, prasadam, they are spiritually potent. So material object we have to reject, detached and get attached to the spiritual thing. So that is what Krishna is explaining today. Material thing is called renunciation. You have to renounce material thing and then adopt the spiritual thing. These two things to be done. But our Acharya told one more thing. What is that? Use everything in service of the Lord. Just like we use two-wheeler. We have to go and purchase fruits for the Lord. We use everything for service of the Lord. It's called Yukta Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya means using anything in a service of the Lord which is favorable. Not like taking the knife and killing somebody. That is not favorable. Knife is not favorable for service of Krishna. Whatever favorable in a service of Krishna under the guidance of bona fide Guru, then that object can be used. Otherwise, detached from the material object and attached to the spiritual thing. Okay, so we'll end here. Okay, Srimad-Bhagavad-Gita ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premande.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.